He was the man who disappeared for 30 years and walked back into her life like nothing had ever happened. Elena didn't move, not because she didn't recognize him, but because she did. Every detail, every silence, every memory she had tried to bury. She had spent years convincing herself that some stories don't come back, but standing right there in front of her was proof that some stories never really end. And the worst part? A part of her had never stopped waiting. Elena, her name sounded different now, older, softer, careful, like he was afraid it might break. She swallowed slowly, because answering meant accepting something she wasn't ready to face, that he was real, not a memory, not a dream, but the same man who once left her, without a single goodbye. The grocery bags slipped from her hands. Glass shattered across the pavement, but she didn't look down. Her eyes stayed on him, because some moments don't allow distractions. Some moments demand everything, and this one was taking all of her strength just to stay standing. 30 years. That's how long it took for this moment to happen. 30 years of silence, of unanswered questions, of learning how to build a life around an absence. And now, that absence had a face again, a voice, and eyes that still looked at her like she mattered. "I didn't think I'd ever see you again," she said, her voice steady, too steady. Silas nodded slowly. "I didn't think I deserved to." She felt something shift inside her. Not forgiveness, not anger, something deeper. Because after all these years, he wasn't defending himself. He was admitting what he had done. They started walking, not because they planned to, but because staying still felt impossible. The street hadn't changed, but everything felt unfamiliar, because now they were sharing the same space again, and every step felt like walking through the past while trying to stay in the present. "I heard about your husband," he said quietly. Elena nodded. He was a good man, and she meant it. He gave her peace, stability, a life that made sense, but not the kind of love that keeps you awake at night, not the kind that leaves a mark you carry forever. "And you?" she asked. Silas let out a small breath. "I built everything I thought I wanted." He paused. Big projects, big cities, big life. Then he looked at her, and still, something was always missing. She didn't need to ask what, because she felt it too. They reached the park, the same one, the same bench, the same place where everything ended. "You left without a word," she said. Not angry, just honest. Silas looked down. "I thought leaving would hurt less than staying." He looked back at her. "I was wrong. I wrote you a letter," she said. "I know." She turned to him, surprised. "You read it?" "Every year." Her chest tightened. "Why didn't you answer?" He hesitated. "Because I didn't think I had the right to come back into your life." Elena sat down slowly. "I kept something too," she said. He looked at her. The clock. His expression changed. "The one from the fair?" She nodded. "It stopped the day you left." Silence settled between them. Not empty, but full. Because some objects don't measure time. They hold it. "What if we fix it?" he asked. She looked at him carefully. Not confused. Not surprised. Afraid. "Time doesn't go backwards, Silas." He nodded. "I know. I'm not asking it to." His voice was calm. "I'm asking if we can stop pretending it doesn't still matter." Elena looked down at her hands. Older now. Marked by years, but still capable of feeling. "I don't want to go back," she said. Silas shook his head gently. "Neither do I." He took a breath. "I just don't want to keep living like this never existed." The wind moved softly around them. Everything felt quiet. Not empty, just, "I don't want to be alone anymore," she admitted. The words felt heavy, but freeing. Silas didn't rush, didn't push. He simply stood up and offered his hand. "Then don't be." Elena looked at his hand. Not as a promise, not as a risk, but as a choice. A simple one, but a real one. She stood, took it, and for the first time in years, she didn't feel like she was holding on to the past. She felt like she was stepping into something new as they walked away together. The world didn't change, but she did, because sometimes love doesn't come back to fix what was broken. It comes back to show you that you're still capable of feeling. And this time, she didn't let it pass her by.